9:30 p.m. Right, 9:30 p.m. my time. Right. So what this guy so he's been trying at this for 5 months. So during this 5 months, I asked him if he's joining any of the study session, the weekend session, stuff like that. And he said yes, right? So I asked him. So the first thing, obviously, when he said that, this is way too quick for him to catch up. Sometimes, he's not able to execute the trades quickly. So my first question to him is, do you trade on your phone or the PC? Right? And then he said he trades on his phone. Now, guys, look, when you want to day trade, all right, especially momentum stocks, okay, the best way to do it, right, is not on your phone. Right. So that's the first mistake that he did. And you see, as a member for 5 months, and he constantly listened to the recordings, um, and joined the weekend study session, okay, but he has never, right, during this 5 months, all he has been doing is trading on his phone. That's the reason why he finds that momentum trades are way too quick for him to catch up, because you're trading on your phone. Right? There are some situations the whole thing about having a desktop application as compared to your phone is that the desktop application, right, provides better features, right, that the phone doesn't provide. Okay. And it's a lot faster in terms of execution. That's the whole reason why. Right. If you're swing trading and stuff, I think you do it in the phone, that's fine. But when we trade momentum, very important for us to use our PC. I'll give you guys one example. Right. So on Friday, we played this BMGL $3 breakout, right? So let's say we add over here at $3. Okay. A trio something. Okay, for example, stop loss is on 280, right? And then the next candle wasn't this, it was actually this. So this thing popped all the way to 330, 340s, right? And then on your phone, you look at the trade, you look at it, right? I always say when you are in a trade, you're supposed to be looking at the trade, right? Don't step away because anything can happen. So this thing pops up. So now when this thing pops up, what you do on your phone is you go over to your position, you click on it, right? You open up the other tab or whatever the thing is, and then you try to set your sell orders in. And sometimes these tickers might be so volatile that when you try to set your sell orders in, let's say, okay, oh, this is 335 for 335, 500 shares. You try to type the whole numbers in, and then when you press send, all right, what happens is that there's a chance that this thing, right, as it goes up like that, it might already drop down. And when you press the sell order, you miss your sell order. So you just in fact turn a supposed green trade red. And again, right? Let's say for example you want to close your position at 280 or under 280, right? Immediately you want to close your position under 280. So what happens? Right? When it breaks down, okay, I always say, right, do not set a stop loss. So you have to manually sell. So when it breaks down over here, you go to your position again. You want to set your sell order and stuff. All right. And then by the time you press send, sell this price, the price might have already gone down even further. So you end up taking a bigger loss than usual. So, I mean, is it entirely your fault? I mean, I would say that no, it's just that you're trying to day trade, right? When your broker isn't efficient, or rather when it's not efficient to do it on the phone. I know for circumstances or scenarios like this, you can say stuff like, "Oh, hey, you know what? But the thing is, if I did this on my phone, this is still good enough, right? Because you can see that this move did take 2 hours to appreciate up. But how would you know this is going to happen? What if, again, well, like I said, what if this thing breaks 3, next candle goes to 330, and it flushes down? You want to be quick enough to at least secure something, right? And you are definitely not going to do it on the phone. So this person uses Webull, okay, and I told him, right? So the first mistake that you did was because you're trading on your phone, right? The second thing is, ask him if he actually uses PC before to trade. He has never used PC before trade, so that's the second mistake. All right, so I sat down with him, I configured his stuff for him, right? And after that, he was like, "Damn, if only I found out about this." Right? Because this was a life changer for him in terms of how the execution speed and everything. And you see, this guy has been here for 5 months. He has not. He's joined every single class, right? Every single lesson I do, every single EOD recap, every single weekend study session. right? And I keep talking about this. I even show you guys an example about this, but he has never once attempted to actually change trading from from phone to PC, and he kept trying to make it work. So, and obviously, I not saying that you cannot trade on your phone, but based on my experience, okay, when I first started out, I can tell you guys that if you guys want to achieve maximum results, you have to trade on your PC. And you cannot just do it just randomly on your PC on the trade feature like this, right? This is not the way to do it. You gotta have a setup that allows you for quick executions. And these are things that I would say these are things that I would say you have to kind of know how to do it, right? When I first started out, I was like you guys, right? When I wanted to buy and sell my position, okay, when I wanted to buy and sell my position, what I technically did, right? What I technically did was I went over here, I typed how many shares I want, right? And I typed the price out and I press confirm and send. And because when we day trade low float stocks, again, these prices are moving very sensitive to volume. I missed out my orders, right? And not say I missed out my orders. I send my orders, but the orders don't execute because the price may have already shifted from the number that I, supposedly want to execute at. And then I miss my sell. I miss my buy, and I'm like, oh my god, let me try to shift the price up. And then I buy it, and then the price drops on me. And then when I try to sell it, so everything is very delayed. You see, it's very slow. But when I figured out how to use this, how to day trade properly with a proper setup, I can tell you guys that it is a life changer. Okay, so again, trading isn't easy. Okay, it's not difficult, it's not complicated. Okay, but it's not easy. Right? There are a lot of things that you guys need to make sure you guys have first. Okay, but supposedly the number one thing, right, you guys need to have before you guys even start to talk about buying and selling shares is having a good and proper setup. So personally for me, right, I have used Webull, Thinkorswim, and Interactive Brokers. So I can show you guys examples on how to set up. I can even guide you guys right now. If you guys, anyone of you guys over here who uses Webull, you guys that don't know what I'm talking about. You guys use Thinkorswim, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. You guys use Interactive Brokers, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. I'll go through them, you guys, right now on how to set it up. All right. If you guys are asking me about stuff like Fidelity or some other brokers like Tiger, Moomoo, and stuff like that, I can't help you guys because I don't use them. But you don't have to know all of them to be good to be efficient in trading, right? So long as you don't have to use all of these brokers to be efficient in trading, right? So long as you have one, okay, or that allows you to effectively trade, that's good enough. But you gotta at least have that one. And many of you guys over here who wants to start trading and end up, not being able to trade effectively, right? One of the reasons could be because you don't know about this. I think many people, when they first start trading, they dive right into, oh, I want to make money, I want to buy shares, I want to sell shares, right? I mean, everyone wants that, but you gotta at least do it properly first before you can actually deem if this is actually going to be something that you can sustainably do. Because if you don't do things properly and then you just gave a very negative review about trading, I mean, it's maybe because you never had the proper setup to do it. Right? If I don't, do if let's say I don't let's say when I first start trading, right? But I don't know about this. All I do was just, buy and sell, right? I don't know anything. I don't even use the proper setup and stuff, right? Like Active Trader or Turbo Trader or stuff, or Trader Workstation. Okay, I don't know about this. I just have a broker. I go on my phone, I buy something, I do everything on my phone, and then it doesn't work out, and then I start to discredit what trading, that trading isn't great. I've not yet, discovered or tap into what, the entirety of what trading is. I've never even actually start to do it properly, right? To give a accurate assessment of whether trading actually is for me. So maybe, it might be true. Maybe some of you guys might not be, trading might not be for every one of you guys, right? But if you're here, if you want to start doing it, right, at least, right, you got to do it right. And then from there, once you've done it right, and you still feel like it's not for you, then fine, right? It's at least you're giving yourself an accurate assessment after actually properly trying it. Don't just try it for the sake of trying it, right? You want to do it properly. You put some effort into it. Okay, and I am here to help you guys with it. All right, like I'm taking this time off the weekends right now to help you guys with it, right? Try doing this is hand to hand. No, I'm trying to hold your hand, trying to guide you guys on this, but there are still a lot of people over here who know you guys need help. You guys know that you guys need to do this, right? Need the help to do this and stuff. But if you guys don't, ask for help or don't accept help, there's not much I can do. Right? There are people here who do not join, maybe because they're busy. Okay, I understand that, right? There's a recording for this, you can read that, you can watch that. But some of these people over here don't even watch the recording. Okay, then these are the people I can't help. Because I try to help, but it takes two hands to clap. Okay, so before I answer your questions, I'm gonna just give you guys an example. I'm gonna give you guys an example on how, right, I actually execute my trades on the PC. Right, so you guys can actually see how quick the execution is. And I'll show you guys, how to actually set it up, right? If you guys need help with it, okay, whether is it Webull or Thinkorswim. IBKR is a little bit challenging. I mean, it's a little bit complicated. I have already recorded a video before. It's under infographics, right? It's over here. This is the recorded guide on how to set up your trader workstation by IBKR. So you can watch this video first. If you watch this video over here, you try to figure it out, right? And maybe there's some steps you don't want to truly understand, then you can open a support ticket in the server and I'll help you guys out over here. All right, and then I'll help you guys out. All right, but at least go through that first. Okay, because this one, I would say that Trader Workstation is not, the interface isn't as user-friendly as Webull and Thinkorswim. So it is a little bit complicated, right? Which is why you can see that this is at least a 19-minute I would say guide, right? So at least go through it first. All right. If you don't understand, then I can help you guys out individually. But you guys got to reach out because if you guys don't voice out what you guys don't know, I cannot help you guys. Okay. So now let's go through one. I'll show you guys an example on how I execute my trades. All right. For those guys who are new to this, again, remember I did not know about this. Okay, I did not know about this when I first started. Well, when I figured it out, it was a complete life changer. And we want to I want to show you guys on how the execution is on quick setups, right? Because when it's slow, fine, no one really cares about it. But when it's not slow, right, that's where you need to understand that the speed's of the essence and why having a good broker, having a good setup is very important. Okay, so let's find one. Zio didn't do anything. Okay, let's look at Zio. No, Zio. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you guys an example right now. But unfortunately for this feature over here, this is my broker that I use. For this feature over here, they don't really allow trading during what's that? Pre-market, right? So I'm gonna have to show you guys an example from Market Open. Okay, so let me just see if I can find one that is quick. All right, for Market Open. I think we can do Zio. I think we can do Zio. Let me see. This is the Market Open. Okay, so I think we can do Zio over here. Okay. So I'll show you guys how some of you guys are actually doing it, or people who are new to trading will actually do it, as compared to someone who actually knows or rather have a proper setup and how you guys can execute it. All right. So for Zio over here, all right, this is at 935, added some at 284, stop loss under 270. All right, Zio $3 test, 30% level, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys how it looks like, right? So this was I think this is on it was doing this day, it was on the 29th of May. So I have to restart this because I kind of added this at 935, which is right on this candle here. Okay, so I have my active trader function set it up like that. You can see that I have my different widgets over here. My TIF has to be day if I want to do market orders. If not, it's not gonna fill. Well, let's start replaying this at 9:34. Little glitchy, you know, it's a replay function, so it is a little bit glitchy. Okay, there we go. So at 9:34, this is what I'm looking at, right? So I have my trend line. You know, I'm watching this chart, trying to see what's up, you know, getting ready to buy a position and stuff. And I have my order set. Okay, so this is what I generally would do. But let me just show you guys what some of you guys are actually doing right now, which is why you feel like things might be a little bit slow. Okay, so I give the alert at 9:35 that I added at 2:84. Okay, now look at this. Right, so you guys, so some of you guys, I expect maybe you guys don't see the chart. I mean, you know, when you day trade, ultimately you still want to look at the chart, especially when you momentum day trade. Okay, but you know, let's look at this right here. See if the price is accurate, because sometimes it's a little bit delayed. I think we'll get. I think we're good. Good. Okay. So let's say this alert is sent out. All right, I'm just gonna assume that when it hits 284, the alert is sent out. Right. So alert sent out. You see it at 284. All right. So what some of you guys are doing right now, whether it be on your phone or whatnot, is this. Okay. This is 9:35, right? You can see 9:35. This is the candle over here. So what you guys are doing is this. You guys see the alert? Okay. All right, Zio. This one. All right, I want to buy 300 shares. Okay, 280. What? Now it's 290. Oh shit, do I buy it now? Do I buy it here? Do I buy it there? See, it's very slow, and then you try to buy 290, but then it keeps going up. Right? So you see, it's very slow. And sometimes it might go down for you. This is good. Okay, again, right? We do not trade, I do not sell on the candle alert, right? But when it just goes, then sometimes you might miss out. Time is off the essence, right? Time is actually off the essence. So let's just say you guys manage to get in, you guys trying to set your orders and stuff, right? You try to buy at 285 and whatnot. You press confirm and send. Okay, then it comes with a confirmation order again. You got to press this. And then you see that the bot actually bought it for it at 289. It's not supposed to happen like this, right? It will not fill unless it hits 285. Okay, but let's say you don't have an order fill over here, and then it goes up, and then you start to chase it. Right? But the thing is, there's more than enough time. You guys can see, right? During this 1 minute time frame, there was more than enough time for you guys to react to this. Okay, obviously, I'm not trying to say that I exactly alerted at 9:35 dot. Okay, but you can see during this 1 minute time frame, there was more than enough time for you guys to execute this order. Okay, and then when it starts to go up, all right, what you guys do is you guys look at this. Oh, it goes up, right? Let me just try to sell, 200 on this. Okay, I want to look at the price over here, right? And sometimes, let's say I see at 297. Earlier just now you can see that. Just give a few more seconds to see that. All right. Again, it's not supposed to fill because this is a replay broker, so maybe that's why it just fills up. But it's not supposed to fill. All right. See if it works. Okay, so you look at the price, you're looking at this, you look at the chart, it goes up, you want to start at 295, for example. Should be any time now. What's the price going up? So you're looking at this, right? You're excited, the price is going up, and then you're ready to sell 200 shares, all right? You want to press confirm and send. Okay, let me do it, right? And then you press confirm and send. Let me see if I can lock the price over here. Okay, so you want to press confirm and send. Okay, and then it's gonna fill you, right? But again, if let's say you press confirm and send, the price is at 295 and this thing drops down, you're not gonna get filled. And sometimes maybe this thing may drop all the way down, which is not good. Okay, you can see that it is still a little bit slow. But if we talk about my execution, or actually how I trade it on a proper setup, this is how it's gonna look like. Okay, this is how it's gonna look like, right? So at 9:35, we just sell everything first. So at 9:35, see again, you see, I'm using a small amount of shares to kind of show you guys an example, and I want you guys to understand as well that like you don't have to be trading with large amounts. You don't have to be especially when you're a small account, when you're learning to do all the trade stuff, right? You can see $24 of profits. That is still good. You getting $24 of profit in just a couple of seconds. And again, you have to understand that as learning process, okay, you shouldn't be caring about this, right? You should be trading with an amount that you're okay to lose because you're just trying to learn the setup and how to execute it properly. Okay, but I see a nice setup over here. Let's carry on the demonstration. Oh, this is 9:35. It's supposed to be 9:35, right? It's a little too late. Why is it not brief? Yo, the fuck? Oh my god, it's a little glitchy right now. On 9:35. Okay, it's a little glitchy right now. So let's just say I am in. All right, let's just say I am in. Try to see whether I can kind of get back to the time that I want. It is a little bit glitchy, as you guys can see. But you know what? That's fine. I'm just gonna say that I got my price or I got my entries at 297, for example. Okay, so now I'm watching. All right, I understand that VWAP is my first level, right? But I also understand that over here on my left side, there's gonna be strong resistance at $3, 3010, 309. So while I'm watching this price over here, okay, trying to see whether we can actually hit that level, right? I'm already preparing how many shares I want to sell. So I set it. So now my mouse is on my sell market button, right? So anytime I'm, if the price is that button, that order, I'm actually ready to sell. Okay. Anytime the price is the order, I'm actually ready to sell, right? I'm actually ready to react to it, right? So let's see. Right? Let's see what's up. So I'm ready. I know that there is strong resistance at $3 over here, right? I like to always sell half first. Okay, I like to always sell half first, so I'm ready to sell half over here. So once this hits somewhere near 3, right? Now I'll take this. All right, I'll sell at 204. You can see it's very quick. With one click of a button, no order confirmation, my orders are sold. Right now I have 2,500 shares left. Okay, so maybe I like to go and sell off 500 shares each time right now. Right, it goes up, it tests the resistance level over here. I do not care if it's exactly touching this, right? Or if it's near it. Right? To me, 2 cents, I'm not going to argue too much about it. It hits the level I want, right? I am going to sell. Right? It hits the level I want, I'm going to sell. Okay, if it's the level I want, I'm going to sell. I'm going to just slowly trim out. Now, at this stage of the game, right? At this stage, right? I'm already up, $300. Okay. Then for me right now is I want to make sure to keep my trade green. So I continue watching this, right? I continue watching this as you guys can see on the setup right here. You can see that, right? 320 plus is the next structure breakout. And because I understand that VWAP is going to be a first crucial level. But those of you guys who join my session over here, I keep telling you guys that when it comes to VWAP, that's going to be a first magnet level. So when you guys look at this price section over here coming down like this, right, a lot of you guys over here may be afraid, like, okay, shit, this is such a hard rejection, but this is what resistance is supposed to be like, right? This is what resistance is supposed to do. It's supposed to reject the price. And this is nothing surprising about it. But I've secured some profits. I have, let's say 20, I have 20% left. Right, since I have 20% left, right? I'm not so worried even if this thing drops down. Right? I am not so worried even if this thing drops down. Because see, I may be down $35 right now. But I've secured some profits. I'm still green. So psychologically speaking, I don't feel the pressure to trade on my emotions right now. I can look at things rationally. Have we lost my EMAs over here? Number one, no. Have we lost the trend line? Number two, no. Right? So I can still continue to stay inside this and don't panic because I know I'm buffered with profits. If I need to close the entire position, risking some profits, sure. But I'm still green. That's the most important thing. And look, I'm giving you guys an example over here with a 297 average. And if you guys were looking at the price action earlier for this, with my entry price over here, there are, we might even be over here at 280 something. Right? That's more than enough. I should still be green over here, so, and you guys should be too, because there's more than enough time for you guys to add it over here. More than enough. Right? There was more than enough time. But if you guys are using your phone, right, then it's gonna be a little bit late. But you can see everything over here executing with one button. It's very quick, right? I'm not, trying to set my price and whatnot because whenever I press this, it's gonna execute at whatever price it's showing on the chart. So now look, prices reaches back to the EMAs, right? And we're still holding the structure over here. Okay, you can say that we have a small mini uptrend over here that we're holding up, which is completely good. You can also say that we have let's see, a nice high lows being formed over here as well, right? Where the highs is not acting as lows right here. Let me see a second. Okay, yeah. So look, right? So this is resistance over here at this, all this smaller structure. Right now, the price is basing on it. What do I have to be afraid of? I have secured my profits. I have 20% left. I'm just sitting around waiting for the chart to play out because I am not trading a P&L anymore. I never did. I'm just trading on what the chart is telling me. Right? I'm just trading on what the chart is telling me. Right? So again, you have to be patient. For me, because I have 20% left, I did scale a lot of my profits over here are true or something. Right? So for this remaining 20%, right, I at least want to get a much better move out of it. Right? I want to get it at least above this 309 level, somewhere near VWAP. So I'm ready to sell 300 shares over here. Okay, I'm waiting. Okay, I'm waiting. Now, if you guys look at the alert, I did sold it off at 9:48, which is quite a bit of time from here, which is gonna be like 7 minutes from now. But at 9:43 is where we start to tap VWAP. All right, and let me show you guys this. So you can see right here, right? At 9:43, this thing tap VWAP. But you guys already know, right? Which is why VWAP is what? 316. So I'm more than ready. Remember, I don't sell exactly at 315. When I say tap 315, it doesn't mean that I sold at 315, right? But I'm watching, right? I know that VWAP is a crucial level. This is around 316 level, right? And I'm ready. You see, my focus is I'm already ready. So I see price briefly trying to break off this line. Very good. I like to see that. So I'm watching it. I'm watching. I'm ready. Okay. Right. Once I get the price that I want, once I get the near that tap that I want on VWAP, I'm gonna start selling, trimming out more shares. Okay. So let's see. Let's see what happens. Right. It's not every single second you get moved. Sometimes you gotta be a little bit more patient. Right. VMGL, that was you had to be patient for like 5-6 minutes before the breakout actually happens. Right, I see the price aggressively trying to break out right now. Okay, I don't mind selling at 3.1 because I know that VWAP over here is 3.16, right? So over here it pops up a little bit more, right? If let's say because I was trying to explain to you guys just now, so I couldn't press the sell button. I was a little bit distracted. But you see, if I was there, I'm more than ready to catch that move. And you see, when I see a wick like that, now this is where I want to be. Okay, you know what? It resonates with what VWAP is, right? It resonates with what VWAP. Okay, so it goes back up again. I'm gonna try selling it again. Okay, it's fine. I see 3.14. I press my sell button. I get filled at 3.11. I'm not gonna complain about it. Right? It's still something. Right? You can't be perfect. The price is not gonna stay there and be like, hey, sell before I make a move. No, it's not. Right? A lot of you guys over here must be like, oh, I missed my profit target by 2 cents. Or let me stop. Let me wait for it to go back up again. Nah, don't do that. Because sometimes it might not ever go back up again. And then once this thing starts to break down, I understand I have 400 shares left. Okay, then I will be either can flatten your position or just close everything. Right. So I always want to practice the chart. I always want to trade the chart, right? So at least for me right now, I want to see if price can hold on to this higher lows over here. If we cannot, then I'll probably close out the rest under 285 or maximum 270. This 200 EMA over here, which is going to be 280, which is going to be below my entry price. But because I only have 400 shares left, right? Let's see if I fast forward this all the way to 947, which is where I got stopped out. Right? 947. This is 948. I got stopped out over here. Let's see what happens here. Oh my god. It's just not showing. Oh my god, this thing is mad glitching out right now. Holy shit. Okay, 947. There we go. It's 948. No, I don't think this is right. I think the price needs time to catch up. I think the candlestick needs time to catch up. Okay, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, ultimately, at the end of the day, you guys got to understand there are very simple rules and levels that I use and a very simple way that I trade. I don't change the way I trade. I've been doing this for years now. I do not change the way I trade. Okay, so there are just things that that are a little bit different, right? I mean, there are things that are maybe a little different, but things like VOP is going to be the first level. These are things that do not change, right? These are things that you can see, right? It has always been a significant level. It has never changed, right? You cannot wait for me to tell you guys that, oh, I took profit at 3.15, and then you guys look at it. Sometimes it might be a wick. You guys see it's over, right? Then you guys are, a little bit mistaken. You guys miss your sell order and stuff. So I see this message self, right? It lost the higher lows and stuff. Then I'll just sell everything at 275. It's fine. Look, I'm still green 295. I'm still green 295. I get back some profits and stuff. Sure, it's fine. I'm still green 295 because I scaled my profits on the way up, right? Doesn't mean that's done. No, we're still holding trend. That's where I start to let it set up so I can look for re-entries again, which I did give you guys, right? After that, I gave you guys re-entries over here at Zio again, at uh 2.91 and 1105, and we went all the way to where? Right? Went all the way to where? I'm gonna stop this example over here right now. But for Zio, you guys can see where did we go all the way to after? Right? Where did we go all the way to? Went all the way up to 330 from 291. There was more than enough time. Right? For those of you guys who complain things are quick, okay, I understand the concerns. Maybe you're just not used to it, right? Because if you're new, you can't be used to it, right? But the another reason might be because you're not using the right setup, like I showed you guys just now. Okay, yeah. So this is how I do it for Thinkorswim. Right, I'm gonna just check the question bar first because there's quite a bit of uh stuff over here. No, okay. So one question from Gary, right? So let me just go through one by one. Okay, let me just go through one by one first. Now, first off, iPhone. I'm new to this. Where do I have to start from? Can you share videos for beginner, please? Okay, so where do you have to start from is I would say go over to onboarding. All right, go over to onboarding and start from here all the way down. All right. I mean, these two you don't. These are all you don't need. But if you need help, then yeah, go through it. But if not, start from this. Click on this. Read everything. All right. After you're done with it, go back to the channel again. Okay. Click on this. Right. Watch this over here. Watch this first. Okay. Watch this over here first. Okay. Yeah. And then once you're done, click on this, go back to this. Click on this, it'll guide you back here and read everything over here. It's quite a lot of information, but like I said, right, I don't want you guys to come in, there are a lot of people here who come and go, right? But most people who come and go, they're like, oh, let me come in. And when they cancel, ask them what's wrong, right? I always try to reach out because they're, you guys are new, I'm trying to help you guys out. And he's like, oh, because I'm stuck in a position. And I was like, what position it is? And they tell me that they're stuck in a position that I called out 4 weeks ago. So they don't they're not listening, right? They're doing things wrong. Then obviously, you're not gonna get very satisfactory results. So iPhone, this is where you should start first. At least everything inside here. Right? Everything inside here. Okay. So Gary asked this question. Using Webull trading on my desktop, There's a turbo trader feature where you can place group orders during regular trading hours with a preset stop loss and take profit. You can set upon buying the stop. So like you can enter into your trades with an automatic 10% stop loss or 10% TP, for example. Do you recommend using this feature? My answer to you is no, because let me ask you this, right? Let's say, for example, 10% TP. Let's say you're in at $2, right? Maybe 10% TP is like 205, 2 something. Okay. Or that's a little too that's a little bullshit. We don't want to take 5 cents gains on a $2 stop. Okay, but again, you're giving another example, right? Let's say you are in at $2, you set your sell target at 215. Price hits 214 and then offering a flush down. Don't you think it's a huge pity that you're not taking profits because of a 1 cent difference? Right? I would say that when you trade, it's still best, right, to manually watch the position and manually manage the position. I do not use automatic stuff. The only time I use an automatic stuff is when I'm in at $3. The price is at $6. I've secured my profits. I don't want to watch this anymore. I'll set my stop loss at $4 and I'll leave the computer. Because whatever happens at that point of time, I don't care anymore. Right? I'm more than happy with whatever the position is at. Okay, so by Haas, right? Could you go in more? I think I just did just now, so not sure. Yeah. So Haas was saying, "Hi PPT, I'm also Singaporean and was unprofitable for the last 2 years in this Discord. Of course, all my own fault. Since then, I paused trading for a few months and just started again this month with my first PC setup with Turbo Trader on Webull. Been trading on phone and learned a lot. This is my first profitable month, 30% on the account. I just want to know whether this month was just a fluke because I've never been profitable, and if so, how long does it usually take to assess that one is actually profitable trade? Right. So that's very good. Congratulations on your first profitable month, right? And you can see, right? I think this has been a huge difference, right? When you trade on your phone as compared to trading on PC with proper setup. Right. I mean, that's just how it is, you can't, you know, you can't have good results if you're not having the right foundation, right? And not sure, but Hus, let me see if I can. Do you mind? Let's see, Hus, do you mind using a mic to share experience with the people here? I just asked you to unmute, see whether you can. Hello.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Yeah, okay, what do you want me to share specifically? Oh, basically how I become profitable, is it?
No, I mean, was there a difference, right, when you were trading on your phone as compared to your PC setup with Turbo
Ye-
Trader?
yes, yes. Actually, when I first started using my phone, I was actually using the first part where you say about we selling manually, like putting in a
Yeah,
specific price and then selling it. But by then the price has already gone up and
right.
we cannot sell it anymore.
Yeah,
That kind of stuff.
yeah,
But then one of your uh, Zoom session I attended, you
yeah.
actually asked someone to actually um, show how to use the Turbo Trader.
Yeah.
Then I straight away set that up, and since then it's been way easier for me. But since
It's
this is my first profitable month, so I'm not sure whether this is just a fluke lah.
but I would say in terms of execution, right? With this PC as compared to the phone, is it a lot better? At
It's so
least for
nice.
it's a lot
It's so
smooth,
nice. Yes,
right?
yes.
Right. So
It's a
guys,
lot.
listen, okay? I'm not saying all this for fun, right? I think these are, when I first started out, I didn't know about this at all. I didn't know about Turbo Trader. I didn't know about all this kind of stuff. All right. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys who start trading over here, these are things that you guys probably don't know as well. Right. But I do say that even before you start trading, you got to have the setup first. If not, you're gonna lose money for no reason. Not because you're not profitable, but because you're in a very slow setup that don't allow you to take profits in time, right? And you're taking loss for no reason. Okay, so anyway, Haz, congratulations to you. You want to know if this month was just a fluke, right? I would say the market's okay. The market's definitely hot. We have a lot of good runners and stuff. But I would say whether it's a fluke or not, you definitely need to see if you can stay consistent for at least years to come. Even for traders, even for me, right? I take losses from time to time. I think that is something that you cannot escape, right? You cannot run away from losses. But these are, whether it's a fluke or not, you have to see if this is something you can keep up for the entire year. Because right now you're just trying to compare yourself within a month to a month, right? At least throughout the year, maybe if you're red for 2 months but green for 10 months, I would say that that's pretty consistent. But for 1 month, I would say that it's too early to say if it's consistent or not. But still, this is a very good, at least it's a good start that you know that you're in the right direction because you're finally using the right setup to trade and not on your phone. So that's a very good start. And you guys got to listen to this and understand too. Okay, haven't so F trades haven't got set up myself yet, but plan on getting one soon. You advise to open support ticket once I get one to set up on Webull. I can show you guys right now to be honest. But I want to see. Okay, who? Anyone of you guys over here use Weeble? Okay, you know what? Let me just go through the thing of first, right? So Frosty guy said, "Oh, I need to fix my TOS like that and have those 100, 200K buttons available right away." So this is how you set it up. All right. So you go over to Active Trader. Okay. So these buttons over here, they're not gonna be like Let me show you guys. So the buttons over here, right? They are here because of this feature, right? Quantity with buttons. If I remove this, I think they're not. Let's see. I didn't remove it. Hey, yo, how can I remove this? See. Okay, so you can see it's gone, right? If I remove that, it's gonna be gone, right? So that is what keeps this this thing over here. So how do you set this up? Okay, is by going to setup, right? Go to application settings. Okay, go over to active trader. Sorry, no, go over to all the defaults, I think. Yeah. From here, you can see that there is the default quantity of orders and the order increment and stuff, right? So you can kind of change. If I want to change my order increment to like 500, then this numbers over here is going to change as well, I think. See, is it changing? It's not. Let's see. I haven't changed. I haven't like set this up for quite a while now, but I think it should. Yeah, there we go. You see that? Right? It changes, once you set your stuff up over here for all the defaults, right? But this is for stocks. Okay, but this is basically how you can do it, right? And at the bottom, the numbers over here. Okay, so once you click, it's instant, change. You can see, right? It's instant change. It's very quick. Yeah. All right. Okay, so but for those Webull, Gary, if you're here, are you using Webull? I can just show you guys right now because I don't want to show you guys. I want one of you guys over here to at least do it from your side so that and at the same time this thing is recorded so that person you guys over here can learn too on how to actually set it up. Right? It's actually very simple. But yeah, let me know if you're using Webull and you don't mind sharing. Okay. So yeah, so if you don't have a setup, you want to open a support ticket, yeah, sure. Right? I'm more than willing to help. I mean, many of you guys over here reach out to me on DMs and I'm more than willing to help you guys. So just open a support ticket, yeah, I can help you guys out. Do I use the 9 EMA? No, I do not use the 9 EMA. I only use the 21, the 50, and the 200. That's it. And VWAP, 4 lines. In your alert, how can we identify the resistance levels? We cannot. I mean, you guys cannot alert. I mean, I will sometimes if I tell you guys, then you guys can see that, right? If I tell you guys that there are certain resistance levels and stuff, you guys can see it, right? But you still have to kind of watch the price action to see what's going on. You see, even if I do say that 320 is the next structure clear, okay, all right, and you can see that this thing did this initial move for Zio actually whipped up to 320. If you guys realize, right? I didn't lie about it. It is resistance, right? So it's already there, But who knows? Maybe this thing might break up from 320. You still have to watch how the price actually react. When you look at the price going up over here to 320 and you see an upper wick forming like that, I mean, that's where you know this is a strong rejection. And you have to be very careful after that. Okay, yeah. Is there an app to identify entry support level? And no, there's no app. I do everything manually myself. Maybe there's an app for it, but I do everything manually myself. Right, but hey, yo, so this is one thing I want you guys to, for those of you guys who are new to trading, please don't rely on any sort of like script, and stuff to help you guys to automate finding support and resistance and stuff. These are skills, right? Identifying support and resistance is something that you need to train your eyes to do, right? And it's still the best way when you guys start learning how to trade, right? To figure it out, to plot it out yourself, right? Don't take the easy way out because you are not going to learn this way. You're not going to learn effectively this way. So for those with a small account, we don't have many trade days. Now that is because you are using a margin account, right? When you do not have a $25,000 account. Again, this is covered inside onboarding session, right? If you guys click on this, okay, you guys really just follow the steps, right? Look under here, there is 2 types of account types, right? Margin, cash. For margin, it allows unlimited day trades only if your account's above 25,000. So if your account's above if your account is below 25,000 and you have a margin account, you can only make 3 day trades a week. If that's what you're talking about, it's because you have the wrong account open. You should change your account from margin to cash. That allows you to have unlimited day trades even if your account is below $25,000. Okay, iPhone. Maybe you do not know about this, but again, I think I've specified many times, please read the onboarding first. Right? I think all these are information that you guys need to have to know, you know, before you guys actually start trading. Yeah. Right. Sometimes you are very specific in your list regarding stop loss, and say, for example, stop loss set at 430. So sometimes you say stop loss under. Okay, so when I say stop loss set at 430, I think most of you guys realize, right? When I say stop loss set at 430, it's because I don't want to watch that position anymore. Right? I'm more than ready to take that trade green. Right? I'm really green on the trade, so I don't want to watch that position anymore. So I'm just gonna set my stop loss at a price that I'm comfortable with. I'm just gonna let it autopilot. So let me show you guys one example, right? So you can see that LVWR, I told you guys, look at this, okay? I told you guys, okay? For LVWR, this is over here, right? Over here, let's see a second. So long as 420 holds, find low for X dips and scalp up, right? And then at the end of the day, at LVWR hit 509. So I got my stop loss set at 430 because, oh sorry, this is the initial alert for LVWR, which is right here, my bad. Let me see, where is it? Okay, here. Right, so at 9:53, it's in at 4.1s. Okay, and then at 10:31, this thing hit 509. So it's quite a while, but you can see that from 4.1s to 509, I should already be green. I should have already scaled my profits along the way up. So whatever I have left over here, I don't care anymore. That's why I'm willing to set my stop loss in my entry. But if I were to say stop loss is set under, right? Stop loss is set under a certain level, like for example, BMGL. Okay, it's because I have not yet taken any profits on the play. The play just started out. You can see tight stops on the 280, and I want to see how it builds. That's it. Usually, when I set my stop loss, it's because we are already green and I don't really care about the position anymore, right? But if not, if we're not green yet, then and let's say I feel like there's more potential over here and it's still a little bit choppy, I will not set a single stop loss because I don't want to get whipped out. So you see for the case for BMGL here, right? $3 break, stop loss under 280. Over here, you can see that. Stop loss is under this is $3 break. Okay. So we consolidate over here. Did we lose 280? No. Right? So we're still in this trade. And you can see it popped up over here to 338. And then all the way it went up to 7 plus. Now look, did we lose 280 over here? No. But if let's say the price goes down under 280, I'm cutting it. I don't have to wait for this to go to 260 and shit. The moment I see the price go below 280, right? Either in a massive sell-off and stuff, I'll close it. But if it's a wick, if let's say, if I say that stop loss is under 295 and the price does this, okay? Because the price went up to 291, right? I'm not out yet. The candle hasn't closed below it, right? This is just a wick. Which is why I don't set physical stop losses. Because can you imagine if you guys are in this over here at $3, you set your stop loss at 293. You're gonna get stopped out before this move happens. Right? I only ever set physical stop losses on my runners and once I'm done with the trade and I don't want to take the trade anymore. Right? That's what I do. Hold on a second. Haz, 1 second. Because I need to in IBKR I can do many trade in one day. Yeah, no, I mean there are certain countries where IBKR don't really conform to the stuff, but I mean generally speaking, if you don't have $25,000, please open a cash account. It helps you to kind of practice rationing out your funds and practice trading too, not just randomly know that you have unlimited funds, you can just like buy and sell all the time. That's what's going to cause you to be taking a lot of losses. No, I'm not in CLBR. I think that's Frankie's. So one question from Zoom user: do you know any major runners we should keep an eye out for the upcoming week other than CLBR? My answer to you is no. Right, I don't see the future. I react to it. Right, I react to the market. Right, I do not anticipate action, so I wouldn't know. Right, I take it every single day, day by day. I do not use trading stop loss. I think it's okay if you want to use it, but personally, I don't use it. Okay, so I don't know how to recommend that. I've never used it before. I don't intend on, learning extra stuff, right? But that I feel like it's not really needed. Okay, I think, for me, I'm okay not using it. Okay, but if you feel like it's good for you, go for it. Go ahead. Right, there's nothing wrong with it. If you're using IBKR, you can trade many times 25. Yeah, then stick to that. Right? But again, if you're under 25K, then what do you mean by for a small account you don't have many trade days? Is it the same person? Because you guys are both named iPhone. So I'm not sure. Oh yeah, then what do you mean by you don't have many trade days? I don't understand. What do you mean by you for a small account we don't have many trade days? If you say you can trade many times under 25K. Right? Can you please cover yesterday's BMGL alert where you call it a 4-hour breakout, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. So this was just the alert, BMGL, right? This was sent at 117. So right about 117 was right about here. Okay, so you can see I told you guys to watch the $3 break, right? This time the price was at what? 260. Am I in this? No. All right, I'm not in this. Okay, I am waiting for this to break $3 first. All right, so if you look at the 4-hour structure, if I will remove all my EMAs so that you guys can see it more clearly, $3 is what? What is this? A strong price action separation. Do you guys agree? You guys agree that this is where the price has difficulty having a candle close above? Yes or no? I mean, it's pretty clear, right? Rejection, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Okay? So this is my 4-hour breakout. It's 297, right? It is exactly 297, but you don't like to round my numbers up. 3 cents is not going to make a difference on a stock that just moved from $1 to 290. 3 cents is nothing. Okay? Right? So that's why my stop loss is 280 because I know that this thing might have a bit of fluctuation. I give it some room for my stop loss. All right? So I wait. Right? I wait for this to form. Okay, I wait for this to form. I wait for my structure to clear. So once the price breaks $3 over here, okay, right? This is a $3 break. Why? Because the candle, right? This is a green candle. This is the opening price. This is the closing price. So the closing price closed above 3. I have my confirmation of this breaking 3. So I take my entries on the next candle. Stop loss is at 280. If I want to take dips as well, I can. So I take entry on the next candle. Maybe I add some dips over here. And then I wait to see what happens. If it breaks on the 280, I'm closing out. But look at what happened. The moment it popped to 3 plus over here, I sold 50%. And as we continue to go up, I slowly sold 10% each time. Down to like 20% left, I wrote the rest of my shares for a parabolic move EOD. That's it. Not complicated, isn't it? I did not use any Fibonacci circle, right? Or some Fibonacci retracement and some kind of bullshit. I didn't use all this. It's very simple, respecting the levels, respecting the chart, and that's it. And just trimming profits accordingly. That's all. If I were to hit this 50% move over here, and price goes down to under maybe that. Okay, so once over here, once I've scaled 50%, right? I'll probably raise my stops up to under 290. Okay, and then if it breaks 290, I'll close out the rest of my 50%. So at least I'm still small green. But if not, I'll let this out play out. That's all. It's not complicated. Pretty simple. You lost $3,000 from jumping stock to stock? Oh my god. Bro, what are you doing? To be honest, I pay myself monthly. I pay myself monthly. $10,000 every month. I mean, this is more than enough for me to stay comfortable, right? It's not like where I can buy like, fucking supercars and shit, but I don't really care about stuff like that. I just wanna be able to buy food without looking at the price, that's all. So there's that. And also the good thing in Singapore is you don't have to pay taxes for this, so that's good. All my entries are in the 1-minute candle, Gary. I use the 5-minute to look at trend. As I explained to you guys on BMGL, right? Over here, you can see that. What did I say? Look at this, right? BMGL, I sent you guys this picture over here at 348. I said this. Right, I said this. Ideally, you want to write the 5-minute 21 EMA trend line till it breaks down. What did I say? I said this. at 207. So 207 is right here. Okay, 207 is right here. I said write the 5-minute 21 EMA trend line, which is my light blue line, until it breaks down. So look, price went all the way up to 380s. Price went down, test the 21 EMA trend line again. Boom. Did we lose this? No. Was it part of what I told you guys 1 hour ago? Yes. I used the 5 minutes, yes, to identify trend and get confirmation by all entries on the 1 minute. I think it's crazy for you to take entries on the 5 minutes. At least just not my style. For the Gibbs 330 break, which moved nice, you mentioned Moon was in it, so be careful managing the trade. Is this something to be wary of, and why so? Yeah, because Moon Market is a known pumper, so and plus Gibbs wasn't really running on any sort of news, so it might get some nice. There was some nice momentum flow over there, but it might still get dumped by people following him, so that's why you gotta be careful. Yeah, so for me personally, I don't really call swings out because I'm not generally a swing trader. All right. If you missed out, maybe because you joined the server late, it's fine. There's always going to be opportunities, right? But generally, if you want to look for swings, the best thing to do is to stick to these two channels over here and maybe MB kicking as well. Because we don't consistently call swing plays. I'm mostly a momentum trader. I mean, I've really disclaimed it to you guys. Yeah, no worries. The thing is, I always sell in the right. What do you mean by sell in the right time? If you sell in the right time, shouldn't it be good? Or the thing is, I always don't sell in the right time. I mean, I don't know how you're executing your trades, right? But I think it's good if you can actually review them, right, and see what's wrong. If you're following my alerts, I can guide you on it. But if you're taking your own trades, then I mean, you gotta figure it out, like why you're doing this, what's going on, and stuff like that. Right, on BMGL, the candle after the 3 break was at 310. The price was bouncing around 290s. Do you ever average down? Yeah, no, I do take more. Right, I do take more around 290s and stuff. Not gonna be over risking too much, but I do take more. Yeah, just a little bit more. That's all. Nothing much. It's not like it's a crazy dip or anything. I just know that my stop loss is 280. That's all. Right. So anyway, um, so Huz. So okay, show of hands. How many of you guys over here use Webull? Because if there's not a lot of people, I don't want to do this. How many of you guys over here use Webull? If it's only one person, I'm not gonna, I mean, Sagan, I'm pretty sure you only use Webull. Okay, so so Helen, Snake, Gary, do you guys use the Turbo Trader feature or no? Yeah, nah, phone isn't. Yes, for Sagan, I think you use Webull. Shaka, do you guys use the Turbo Trader feature or no? No, you should use the Turbo Trader feature. Okay, now then, Hus, can you share your screen? Do you mind sharing your screen? Do you mind sharing your broker screen and stuff for your setup? And you have there's two HUDs over here. Which one do I actually okay, wait, hold on. Let me just ask Gary, right? Let me just ask Gary. Maybe he has the setup and stuff, so maybe I can guide him along from scratch too. Yeah, let me ask Gary. I'm scared. Gary, so Gary, I'm gonna pass you the host. Do you know how to share a screen? Yeah. I need to pass him the host as well. Yeah, IBKR, I've really done the example, right? So like I said just now, please go through it, okay? And then if you have any further questions, you can ask me. But for now, let's see. Gary, can you unmute? Hey, Gary. Hello. All right, there we go. Can you? Is it okay for you to speak?
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I can share.
Yeah, I think I'll just give you just allow the multiple screen share. But if not, I'll just make you the host as well. Right? So okay, you're the host right now. Try share your screen for the Weeble one. Let me see
Yep.
if this is what. Let me see if what you get is what you got is correct.
You guys see it?
Oh, right. So is this buying by dollar amount? Is that something that you're used to?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So for me personally, I buy by share amount because my risk management calculates on that. But if dollar amount is something that you do, and I can see that you have a stop loss in TP 10%, I don't think that's good. Because as I explained just now, you're gonna get stopped. Imagine if you get stopped out to you see if you buy at 310 for BMGL, right? If you buy 310 for BMGL and you got a stop loss of 2%, what is 2% of 310? How much is that?
Oh no, yeah, that was super tight. Usually I keep it at 10% TP and a 10% stop loss. I was playing around with a tighter loss, I think off of one of your alerts maybe yesterday, but my default is I usually like to go 10% and 10%. But that's why I brought that up earlier this morning is should I not be doing that at all?
Okay, I wouldn't say that you should not be doing this, but personally for me, right, I don't ever set my stop loss based on a percentage of how low my trade's gonna go. Because you see, for example, if let's say, like we take the BMGL trade for example, all right, if I go all the way down to 280, okay, that means that my trade's gonna be down around 10%, right? My trade's gonna
Right.
be down around 10%. And sometimes my stop loss may be 270 instead. So that's gonna be even lower. But you see, with a wider stop loss, it just means that you can size it smaller. That's it. But you look for bigger range moves so that it kind of balances out. I always say this, right? When you size in an amount based on what you're willing to lose, okay? But you also have to respect the chart. When you set your stop loss, when you have a hard stop loss on a percentage level, right? You're just trading I would say you're trading the P and L. You're not really trading what the chart's telling you. Because maybe a 10% stop loss, right, might not even be that the trade is done. It actually might still it might still be on the trend. But you have to stop. You got stopped out because you preset your stop loss to be a 10% loss, and I think that's a huge waste.
Gotcha.
Ultimately, that the prices do move based on the chart, not whether is it up 10-20%. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so for me, it's based on what I feel. So based on the chart, right? Based on what the chart's telling me, where my support is, where my resistance is, my entries over here, and my stop loss is underneath the support level over here. What is my risk I'm taking? How much risk am I taking over there? Am I taking 30 cents per share risk? Am I taking 40 cents per share risk? Right? If I'm taking either of those two, then I have to size down smaller and try to play around dips. Or if I don't want to size down dips over here, then I'll just have to take my entries over there and I'll look for a 40 cents move to the upside. But the thing is, if this ticker doesn't feel like there's potential to make 40 cents move to the upside, right? Then I will have to play around dips. Okay, but
Okay.
if you set a physical stop loss like this, it's gonna be very difficult. I mean, rather
Okay.
a preset stop loss.
Yeah, yeah, understood. I mean, and
Okay,
what I typically
yeah.
like to do, like I like to go in with the $5,000 amount. I have a larger account. If you say smaller size, like in your alert, then I'll cut that down to like a $2,000
That's cool.
size, just as FYI. I mean, here's my preset ranges there.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, so I think this is a very good setup. I would say that the stop loss and take profit. Still, at the end of the day, for me, I like to manually manage my positions and stuff, right? That's still better. And you see, if you buy based on this dollar amount, right? When you sell, how do you set it? Because when I buy my shares, I have 5,000 shares, I sell 3,000 shares like that. But when you have dollar amount, how do you actually do it?
Well, that's why when I sell, remember I was kind of typically using this preset
Ah, right. Okay, so
take
10% you just
profit.
take profits.
Yes.
But you see, but if in this case, you're also leaving a lot on the table.
Yes, exactly, just like on BMGL yesterday. I mean, I was a fool to only take 10%, right? When it went on to run and run and run and run.
Yeah, but that's the thing about small caps. You see, when they do go, they go crazy. I mean, look at RGC, look at BMGL, right? Which is why I feel like when you trade based on dollar amount, you're actually limiting a lot of the potential that you can actually have. But I know some people that do this dollar amount stuff, right? If it's again, there's nothing wrong with it. I just want to just kind of clarify that if this is part of your risk management, right? Please continue doing so. But if not, then you can try to change up and try to use share size amount. Okay, but I would say this is a very good setup for the Turbo Trader one. For those of you guys who are using Weibo and do not have this setup, right, the Turbo Trader feature over here that Gary's showing, right, you should set up your stuff like this. But if you want to use a share amount instead of dollar amount, Gary, do you know how to switch up?
Yeah, here I'll switch that up.
Okay.
So here you can, I mean, you can do right percentages, dollar amount, or shares, and then say I wanted to have a default of 500 shares instead. Then that changes this to shares.
Yeah, that's it. Very good. Yeah, that's good. Right, and then one more thing is when you scroll down, okay, there is that you see that order confirmation, right? For those of you guys who are using Weibo, make sure to have this unchecked. Because if you have this check over here, when you press buy, there's going to be an additional pop-up window that asks you, are you sure you want to do this? And we don't want that, right? Every second matters, right? So you got to uncheck
you want to eliminate a double click by having that unchecked.
Yeah. So once you uncheck it, when you press the buy, it's going to automatically fill your order. That's it. There's no, are you sure you want to do it and stuff like that? Yeah, no, this is good.
And then I have used this flatten button, by the way, if you're familiar with that at all. Like if you just want out and you already have a preset TP and or stop loss already on the screen, one click, you're out.
Yeah, correct. Flattens, let's say, for example, if you have a stop loss or you have a TP preset, right? And then if let's say some brokers, when you have it preset, if you want to sell your position, if you have existing orders open, they don't allow you. You have to close your existing orders first. So it might take a while, but when you press flatten, it just closes out everything and closes your position. So it's like a one-shot kill button, like emergency stop button.
Emergency stop. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Shockeye, Shockeye, you know, whoever Helen, right? You know, F trades snake, or I'm not sure if you're actually doing it. This is the setup you should be looking at, or this is how your setup should be when you're trading on your PC, or when you're momentum day trading. This is how your setup should be like. Okay, you have your buy button over here, you have the chart over here, you have to watch this. This is exactly how it looks like on my Thinkorswim as well. And you can see that this is very, very quick. It's a lot better than trading on your phone, I can tell you for sure. Dreezy, I cannot see your image, it's the wrong format. I'm not sure what this is. You can try sending me on DM the Discord. I don't know what the reverse button is. I've never used it before. Maybe Gary can share.
Yeah, I haven't either. I haven't figured that out. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I would say that, you know, there are a lot of like different features and stuff on you know, that Weibo and even Thinkorswim provides. I can tell you guys that there is like a whole lot, right? There's a whole lot of what's that? Indicators and stuff, right? If you ask me how to use all of them, my answer to you is I don't know, because I've never used them before. But the thing is, you don't need to, right? You don't need to know everything to be good. Okay,
right.
So yeah, so anyway, Shockeye, Helen, all right, Anthony, okay, I'm gonna check the Zoom chat right now. I'm gonna send you guys a link on how to set up this feature over here. All right, this is a YouTube link over here. Okay, click on it. Right, and then watch the entire thing. There will be a section over here, I think. Let me see 1 second. Yeah, just watch the entire thing. It's 11 minutes tutorial, which is exactly how it's supposed to be. Right, watch this thing, try to set it up. If you guys do have any issues, you can reach out to me and I'll help you guys out. You need to stop the recording because if not, I wouldn't be able to upload this if it's too long.